Hi everyone, we start our third live stream on YouTube. My name is Sergey Danilenko, and today I have Natalya Lototska, who is the founder of EdTech Projects in Ukraine, GreenCountry, TalkEn, and TeachEn Cloud. Hi Natalya, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, hello, but I'm co-founder. I have another co-founders.
Okay, let's start with another co-founders. Let's start from the very beginning. Who are other co-founders and what exactly are you doing?
Okay, we are EdTech companies in Ukraine. We have started 20 years ago and we were not EdTech, of course. At that time, I'm not sure if even YouTube existed.
20 years ago.
Sorry?
Did you say 20 years ago?
Yes, exactly. 20 or 21 even, because I don't remember. After this war and quarantine, we have lost some years probably. So yeah, 20 or 21 years ago, we have started. I was not in the team when we have started. It was only other co-founders, Ruslan Nynik and Svetlana Hrebenyuk and Nadia Dechuk. They are co-founders of Green Forest Project. And the vision of Ruslan Nynik is that each project has to be mono product. That is why when people start asking about English for kids or English for business and other products, the co-founders decided to create separate school for each demand. That's how Green Forest, General English, GreenCountry, English for kids, for school children actually, YAPI, Business English, YAPI Corporate English for companies. That's how all these schools have started. And all together, we are the biggest ESL school in Ukraine. And each semester we teach about I would suggest about 15,000 of students each semester. So yeah, GreenCountry is the school in which I am a co-owner, co-founder. We have 4,000 of kids each semester. Even right now, we have a little bit less than 4,000, like 3,500, but it's, yeah, we have lost a little bit, about 10%, 5% because of the war, but still we are very stable.
You said EdTech. This is
yes. When we started, we were not EdTech, but then in 2016, we got the vision that everything changed. So education has to change as well. So we have started working on online tools, like online platforms, interactive books, different tools to create EdTech, to implement EdTech into offline classes. That's how we have created a project in book, which is and right now around that project, we have, around that tool, we have created many other projects. For example, Booyah, which is a market of short courses for ESL students. It's absolutely EdTech. That's for self-learning. We have created...
sorry, what is ESL? I'm not sure.
English as a second language.
Oh, got it. Okay.
For students who learn English as a second language. It can be EFL, English as a first language, that is for native speakers, and ESL for a second language. So also we have created TalkEn Cloud, which is all inclusive for teaching English. That is a library of interactive tasks, tests, online platform, and LMS system, learning management system, which is the system which helps you to create educational projects and to manage them. That's why right now, because of the quarantine, because of the war, we became EdTech, because about 70 to 90% of students right now are online students. And we use different methodologies and tools to make that EdTech. So all students have like personal profiles, they do tasks online. Our system tracks their progress. That helps to teachers and students to connect, to work on their progress and emphasize on the weak parts. So yes, we are absolutely EdTech for now. And our project, TalkEn Cloud, that is a project for schools or teachers or future private entrepreneurs who can start their business in education. Mostly that's about English, but also other projects can be based on our TalkEn Cloud project. Yeah, so we are EdTech, Ukrainian EdTech company.
What are the main challenges you're experiencing during the last year since the war started? What changed about your work?
Except the stress and all the rest. And you know what we have faced with that Ukrainian educational system, I mean governmental, I mean Ministry of Education, is still somewhere behind. They don't follow, they don't catch up with modern technologies and tools and etc. And we have thousands of teachers, and not all of them are willing to change. And also we have huge lack of teachers, especially English teachers of English, because whoever speaks English, they try to find well-paid jobs in international companies or IT companies or others, and not so many want to work for private schools. And of course, just a few wants to work for governmental schools. So that is a huge, I would say, even tragedy, because we really don't have teachers of English in Ukraine. We have not enough. And those students who graduate from pedagogical universities, usually their level of English is very low. Usually it's about A2, maximum B1. Students who have spent 4 years or 5 years learning English, and they can hardly use that language.
Is this changing for better?
Sorry?
Is this changing for better?
No, especially now, because all borders are open, all countries are welcoming Ukrainians, and whoever speaks English or any other foreign languages, they, of course, like a lot of them are trying to move to other countries. So it's not turning to better. So the pedagogical universities didn't change their strategy and haven't started teaching better. Plus, right now we have this online education, lots of professors and students don't put enough efforts for setting quality learning process. So those don't have internet, these don't have light, etc. So no, it's not turning for better. But that is our mission to make it better.
Could you please comment in more detail what exactly the mission and what exactly are you doing to turn it for better?
Yes. Look, GreenCountry is business, and we are teaching children English. That is one part of that process. And some of our students become our teachers. So when they finish, graduate from B2 level, and they go through our trainings, and when they turn 17 or 18, they can start teaching in GreenCountry. So that is their first. Usually that is their first job, of course, when they are 17 or 18, 19. So that is one part. Another one is our startup, TalkEn Cloud. We work with teachers, with English teachers. We provide them with lots of educational courses and webinars, etc. For example, just recently we have announced educational course is like 1 month long. We teach the basics of ESL teaching, and we got almost 2,000 of applications. And we had to stop the registration because like it's too much for us. We didn't expect so many applications. And we're gonna start that course again in May, and then in June, in July, in August. And these are all free courses for teachers of English. And that is our impact on educational system. We want to upgrade it. We cannot save the whole country and the whole educational system, but we can definitely upgrade the techniques, methodologies, and level of English of, let's say, thousands of people. So, for example, Green Forest, each month, they have about 2, 3, 4,000 of young professionals enrolling for English courses. So each year, more and more people can be fluent in English.
Can I
Plus,
maybe,
yes.
I don't know, maybe this is a stupid question, but anyway, why is it important to learn English?
Oh my, even you know the answer, of course. Like
I want to know yours.
Yeah, number one, it's about your brain. So you can work with your body in the gym, but that is the gym for your brain. So so that is the gym for your brain. You are training your memory, your thinking activities. And there is a joke, such meme in Facebook I saw, which sounds like this. I have never gone so deeply in myself as during English classes.
Wow.
Why? Because there are questions. What is your favorite color? Who you want to be when you grow up? What is the most scaring activity that you have done, etc. So actually, when you learn English, you really go deep into yourself, asking and asking. Yes, absolutely. And you're doing that in like playing atmosphere, and that's not as stressful as going to the therapist sometimes. So yeah, that can be part of therapy. So you're learning something, and it doesn't matter what, so let it be English. You are developing your brain. Also, you are changing and developing your mindset, because you meet different people when you go to some, meetings, or you can see some video or listen to the song. You can go deeper into the culture, into the interpersonal communications. So that's a lot. You really change, like, even very often even the voice and the intonation of people change with different languages. So you speak Ukrainian, you are one person. You speak Russian, you are another type of person. You speak Polish, you become another type of person. When you speak English, that's a new world. And also it gives you, for example, ChatGPT, it works much better with English. So those who has at least basics of English can survive and can have a new friend, a new helper. Of course, one day the chat will improve Ukrainian skills as well. But why do you need to wait? You can be on the top of everything happening in the world.
Oh, there's so many reasons to learn English.
Yeah, and you don't need translation. You don't need subtitles. You can hear real voices of real people, let's say, during the movie, but not translation. And
Can you share
right now,
briefly
sorry.
your own could you share maybe briefly your own experience? Where did you learn English? Was it hard or was it fun?
Oh, it's hard, and I'm still on my way somewhere, and still, like going. I was even teaching B2 students, so which means my level was definitely C1, but now I'm falling down because I'm not using it as much as I would love to use. Learning any languages is a very long process, and you cannot learn it in 2 weeks, as some professionals promise.
I mean, why was it hard for you? Okay, you couldn't learn English in the green country or green forest because it didn't exist. So I assume you were learning English like while at school?
Yeah, look, it was school. Our teacher of English was a teacher of biology, whose
Okay.
level was definitely like A2 maximum. So her strategy was just to read text one by one, and that's it. So I'm good at reading. When I was at the 10th grade, перші київські курси іноземних мов, like there was English school who started, that was like first Kiev School of English, and they started coming to different cities, and they came to Ternopil, where I'm from. I was in the 10th grade, so they have tested my level of English, and it was 3A1 after 10 years at school. So it was just like complete beginner. I even could hardly, read even simple words. But then in 2 years, I was a student of that English school for 2 years, and I have improved my English probably to like B1. Then
time when you actually had a conversation with someone who is a native speaker?
No, my first time with native speaker was in 2 years after that, when I went to the USA by Work and Travel USA program. I was a student of Kyiv-Mohyla Academy at that time, the first year student, and so we had opportunity to participate in this program. So I went to the US for the first time, and that was my first time ever meeting in English-speaking people.
Customs officer, right?
Oh yeah. First time was in custom officer, and that was in the custom at the
Entering the country.
Yes, exactly. And then I saw other people. I saw lots of students because we lived in the dormitory with maybe 200 of other students all over the world. And of course, English was the language which helped us to communicate, to survive, to discover the country. That was South Dakota, the middle of the USA. Yeah, that was Mount Rushmore Resort with these 4 presidents in the mountains. Yeah, that was amazing experience. And when I came back, but still my English is still was, I don't know, maximum B1, like that is maximum. And when I came back to Ukraine, I realized I want to teach English. That was my turning point. I was a student of natural science, chemistry. So I'm a scientist. I supposed to work with chemistry, chemicals in the laboratory, etc. But after the first year in the US, I've realized I want to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher of English. In future, I want to have my English school, etc., etc. So that's how I started teaching and
Got it.
discovering this part.
A comment maybe in brief about their ecosystem and competitors and how you are trying to be unique and differentiate.
You know, there are lots of English schools, ESL schools in Ukraine. I would suggest that only in Kyiv we had over 200 of schools. So that's only those who are in my list of schools, and there are definitely much more. So I would say that in Ukraine we have at least 1,000 of different kind of English courses, smaller, bigger, for kids, for adults, for all of them, online, offline, etc. So that's pretty competitive market. But at the same time, if you want to be a big player on the market, you have to follow the reality and the technology progress, etc. So right now we are the biggest. There are some big competitors like English Dom, All Right. They have combined together a year ago. We have Just Kids, which is pretty big competitor, but at the same time, some other schools and projects, not some, each school and project picks up its own strategy. For example, GreenCountry is only for English, only for school children. Okay, it's online and offline, but we are mostly online right now. So this is our three main characteristics. I don't know that word for our sorry,
differentiators.
Differentiators, yeah, for our school. But for example, Just School right now they have English, German, Math, IT. They have individual and group classes. They have kids and adults and whatever. So they have mixed everything together. And from our perspective, we don't see this as a good strategy, which is good for us, but I'm not sure if it's good for them. So yeah, there are lots of competitors, but we are the only mono product school, and we are growing a year after year, not by adding other services, but by going deeper in our services. And we see this as a winning strategy, but we will see in 10 years, maybe, or in 5.
I thought you'd mention this beautiful place you have in the center of Kyiv, where we met a couple of times with a shelter and everything.
Of course, yeah. You know, offline schools is my deep love. So I don't know if one day we're gonna stop all offline schools, because I still believe in offline learning, and I still believe that people need people and not only online. I'm having good time with you right now, but also I would love to meet you, to hug you, etc., to drink a cup of coffee with you. And the same coffee, not coffee that I made at home and you made in your home, at the same cafeteria, at the same place. That is why we still have 5 offline schools. Before the war started, we had 16 schools, but now we have only 5. And I still believe we're gonna reopen some schools in future, because that's our impact in education, and I believe that all kids have to have access to good quality services. Yes, right now we work in Kyiv and in Lviv offline.
Yeah. You also mentioned that except for business, You have also some volunteer or charity projects, how to name them. Could you please tell us in more detail about those?
Oh yeah, I'm coordinating business startup, and also I have some energy and free time to coordinate some tiny volunteer projects. One of those is warm pajamas. We call it pijamka, pajamas for kids, and we want to buy at least 1,000 of warm pajamas to Ukrainian kids. We have already bought 220, and so we pick up families with many kids who have migrated from their homes, who have lost their homes, etc., or live in the villages, some other poor people. And we think that pajama is something very personal. So usually people who don't have enough money, who don't have enough resources, they don't go and buy some fancy pajamas. Usually kids use their t-shirt, like father's t-shirts, mother's dresses, old leggings or whatever. But I think that having your own beautiful warm pajama made specially for you is very important. It's about self-esteem. Yeah, like
Who am I?
yeah, absolutely. So we pick up families who would appreciate those pajamas, and we pack pajama plus some sweets, and we made a label on each pajamas that you're gonna be all right, everything gonna be okay, like this. There is a label, and we send to those families. So that's a tiny project, but also I believe that we should bring money from abroad. That's why I don't collect money from Ukrainians for this project, but only from the USA. And we have collected $4,000 for that project, and it's still on. We're working on it, so I hope we're gonna have enough money for 1,000 of pajamas.
We are speaking right now. I assume that people in the United States, some of them might watch this video. What is the way to contribute? Is there a lending?
Yeah, I have. Yes, I have PayPal account, or I have we have charity fund started in the USA with my cousin and her husband, so I can do any like.
I suggest just put link on the comment section on YouTube, and anyone who wants to participate, please welcome.
Yeah, that's amazing, and that's why I love that project, and I'm proud of it, because look, all these $4,000 they went to Ukrainian entrepreneurs who make pajamas. So we didn't buy the pajamas in the Turkey, or like produced in Turkey or some other countries. We picked up people who make them in Ukraine. So we buy sweets from Ukrainian producers. We use Ukrainian delivery services. So all $4,000 gonna stay here in Ukraine, and that's why I'm proud and of this tiny project. We have some others like candles for the soldiers. We have bought a car, but it's in the past already. And by the way, it might be interesting. In 2 weeks, my cousins' friends, they are Americans. They are coming to Ukraine to search for interesting projects. And then, so to interview people who are doing some good, interesting projects, to take some pictures, to collect all data that they need, and then they're gonna go back to the USA and to collect money for those projects. So if you or any of your friends have very good ideas and they need money for those ideas, let me know. If you don't mind, we can leave my email under this video.
Definitely,
So
yes.
people can send, because this can be any kind of projects, because they want to collect as many ideas as possible, because they don't know what Americans would love to donate for. So they're gonna go and search for that. So for now, we are working on rebuilding schools in Kyiv and Chernihiv region with Saved, that's NGO. We want to rebuild some private houses together with Сміливі відновлювати. We're gonna work to collect money for hand prostheses. For people who lost their hands. We're gonna work for psychological trainings for people who came back from the war. What else? We're gonna collect money for medical trainings. Like tactical medical trainings. So we have good teams for all those projects. So if you have any others, please let me know.
The best way to reach out is via email or I know that you are active on Facebook, right?
Yes, absolutely. Facebook is perfect. Just don't call me. I just don't like phone calls. All the other is perfect for me. Telegram, so I can leave my Telegram. Like Telegram is the best, probably, I would say, because you can schedule your messages and all that stuff. So Messenger is not this comfortable. So Telegram or email.
Yeah. Would you like to welcome more volunteers or people those projects where you need support?
We have 160 people in our team right now. So usually they are the people who help me with even with different volunteer projects. But if some of your viewers, oh wow, if some of your viewers have any ideas and they want to join the project, they want to help us to collect data, to pack and deliver pajamas, if they want to make the candles with us, we are absolutely open. I mean, for any contacts, for any resources, because I believe that 1 + 1 is 5, but not 2.
No.
So let's do that wrong mathematics. And
Natalya, would you like to comment on any other questions that I should have asked, but I didn't?
I don't know. Like I can only tell in the end that I really believe that Ukraine is an amazing place to feel yourself valuable, to feel valuable, because you can pick up any project, building, education, medicine, teaching, like whatever you are doing is valuable for Ukraine, and it will be valuable for a long time. So if any of your viewers are not sure if they should stay or leave, come back, or stay somewhere to start any projects or Ukraine or not, I would say, like, yes, you should stay or come back. If not now, then in future, when it's more safe, when you feel safe. Yes, you should start projects, because if you and you can start whatever. We don't have good sport schools. We don't have. We still need more bloggers. We are just starting our startup comedy vector, etc. So like whatever you are interested in, just start it, do it, and it will bring huge value for developing of Ukraine. And I believe in all these people who are working for Ukraine right now. And even tiny projects are very important. Even supporting one family is very important, because that family might have a child who might become, I don't know, a minister of education or a minister of defense or whatever. So tiny things make huge impact, and that's what I believe in.
Thank you, Natalya. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for watching us, and let's catch up in the comments. Thanks, Natalya.
Thank you for invitation and